Alright, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to the probably 24th episode of the Lunchtime Podcast. Not exactly sure which episode it is. I'm like 95% sure that it's 24th, but not exactly. So yeah, before today I got out of bed, dude, I had a dream that you got fucked up by an alligator. Like,
Sounds fun.
sounds fun. Like, for some reason I remember like there was like a pond and you were standing in it and the water was like maybe like to the hips and there was like a tree and a fucking big ass alligator, like a giant. And all I remember is he started chasing you and you started to run around the tree. You were like making laps with him. You were running around, he was chasing you.
Wait, what was he chasing me on land?
No, like in the water, but
There was like a tree?
yeah,
Oh.
like a tree in the water, and at some point you slipped, and you were gone,
Well,
and that was like
shit. Well, I know how those dreams are, you know, like you feel those brutal emotions and shit. Like,
yeah,
it's not just, you know, it's not, you don't just see things, you sort of like feel it.
yeah. Well
It's
after
brutal,
that,
you know?
yeah, after that, I don't know. I was like in some building, like next to that pond where the alligator was some building, and there was like something with army, something like something with that. And I remember I was there and I was walking out of it, and I was walking by the pond. And I see the alligator, I start just fucking sprinting full on, and he starts chasing me. And like, I shit you not, like, I felt something on my right calf. Like, I felt like a grab, a punch, something, and I woke up then, and like, fuck, I'm glad that it's a dream. Like, I seriously, like, I thought that you were dead.
Yeah,
Like, that was,
like literally.
yeah, that's what was going through my mind. Like, that's it, you're dead. Like, I was so fucking scared when he like touched my calf. I was like full on sprinting. He still chased me down.
Yeah, those fuckers. Shit, I'm not sure how fast they can run in real life though.
I think they can run
Pretty
on
fast.
land pretty fast. I think if you want to outrun an alligator or a crocodile, you need to zigzag.
Oh yeah.
I think they cannot like zigzag.
Yeah, they can't maneuver as fast.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know how those dreams feel. You know, those dreams where you wake up from like
Yeah.
stress or like just something, you know, too powerful, but
Yeah.
emotionally, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I know it's if you wake up from a dream, it means it's something. You know, it's something strong.
Yeah.
For sure.
But I remember you and I think our other friends were like like at some point like talking about like lucid dreaming, like
In the dream?
no, yeah,
Oh, or you mean like in real life?
in a dream.
Oh, okay.
Like I've never managed to do that. Like taking the control basically. Like
It's
Like-
so weird. It's so fucking weird.
I never in my life managed to understand that this is a dream.
Yeah.
It's always this is real. This is like no bullshit. This is real, and I just never managed to understand that this is a dream. But like I would like to like
It's really weird.
I would like to experience that. Like that seems interesting, but like
It
you need to
is.
do like a lot of things. But I think
Yeah.
to get to that point.
Well, I think you are that type of a dude who don't remember dreams often, right?
No, this is like probably the first one in like few weeks.
So there's a chance that you had lucid dreamed, but
Oh,
you
just-
just forgot. Yeah, there's a
Oh.
chance because the main thing, the most important, like you know, you could say a foundational thing is starting up a dream journal and every morning writing your dreams to the best of your ability, like the most detailly you can, basically.
Yeah.
It sucks, you know. You wake up and it's sort of like
A chore.
yeah, like a chore a little bit for sure, you know, but it helps tremendously.
Yeah, like I was thinking about doing that, but you know,
Yeah.
like one time, that my fucking dream where I was like paying my friend's pregnant girlfriend for sex, like I just I don't know, like I would need to like put a journal in a log box, like
You can't skip on those, you know.
yeah, because like sometimes like I have like fucked up dreams, like
Yeah.
like that one was like fucked up, like
Yeah.
shit, like they were like usually some like pretty messed up.
You know, not necessarily for lucid dreaming, but you starting up a dream journal is just good for. I mean, it's interesting to remember dreams
Yeah.
more vividly
Yeah.
because it's not that you just remember the dream, but as you do it every morning, you know, the dream journal, it's sort of like a skill, and more you like, sometimes you write in the morning, you know, and you just keep going, you know, like, you don't even remember it, but as you write it, you know, you remember more and more and more and more, and it's sort of like building a muscle, you could say. It's,
I think I should do that.
yeah, it's interesting for sure. Just for the sake of dreams, you know, just because sometimes you have really interesting dreams.
Yeah. Well, that was like, well, because I like really rarely remember what I dreamed of. Like this one was like.
And I'm not sure if you dream. I mean, was your dream vivid, like HD sort of ish, or like very sort of dreamy?
It's hard to explain. Like the dream seems foggy, but the emotions and, as I said, like that calf grab, that seems very very clear. Like especially like that calf grab. When I thought that the alligator touched me, like I probably like, maybe kicked myself or something, because like I shit you not, like I felt something grab my calf.
Yeah.
Like dude, I was like scared as shitless at that point.
I believe.
Yeah, that was like that was like extremely vivid.
I remember one fucked up dream. I think I've texted it to the group chat, but I can tell it on podcast shortly. So basically, me and wait, Biggest or Aegis on the podcast? Aegis. Me and Aegis, we were wrestling.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure what happened because I don't even remember like I don't like any fucking fancy throws and shit.
Yeah.
But basically, Aegis' head got busted, like cracked, like his skull got cracked open. But not like shit. Like I'm trying to imagine how it happens in real life. Well, it's not gonna. It wasn't like in real life. It felt more like if you were to like crack open a huge ass ostrich egg, and you know everything just spills.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it felt like fucking 2 liters of blood spilled out, and you know just like I immediately fucking like I don't know, I just was shocked because it was real for me, you know, even though now that I think of it, it was unrealistic, you know, because there's probably not that much blood in your head, you know.
Yeah, well, probably. Actually,
you would probably like sprinkle blood most likely, or
possible,
or you know it would leak a little bit, but not to the extent of like fucking smashing a watermelon, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, what I'm trying to explain is that emotion when you feel like, oh shit, it's really not good, you know, like Aegis will probably fucking die, you know, like I was sort of like I couldn't even call an ambulance. I remember for like 5 seconds I was just shocked, like, oh shit, it's really dead. So I suppose it was similar with, you know, the fucking alligator thingy.
Yeah, it was exactly like that.
Yeah, that emotion.
Yeah.
You know, of oh shit.
You know, like it feels exactly real.
Yeah, scary.
Yeah. But yeah, what other dreams? Like I'm trying to think of like something else interesting that I dreamed of, but like honestly, like I remember my dreams extremely rarely.
So yeah, you should try dream journaling.
Yeah, I should do that. But the thing is, like, probably the first, like, you know, dream written in a journal is gonna be like after 2 weeks, like.
Could be.
It's probably gonna take me a lot of time to like, oh yeah, I remember what I dreamed of, and you know, just write 2 sentences down because everything's just foggy as fuck.
I don't remember if I was like you before, but you know, at one point in my life, I've gotten really interested in lucid dreaming and shit, and I've started up dream journaling, and yeah, so I've trained the skill, you could say, and now I don't write any journals, and I remember pretty often, almost every night.
Shit, I'm jealous, kind of.
Almost every night I remember dreams, for sure.
But are your dreams like pleasant, or like bad, like this one, like mine? What do you know?
More to the positive side,
Yeah.
I'd say, mostly. But sometimes, yeah, it's scary.
Yeah.
It's scary. And you know, what an interesting phenomenon, running in dreams. Like, not just running, but yeah, actually just running as well. Like, I remember a couple of dreams, like, I was running from like a monster in
Yeah.
Kelna or some shit, and he was fucking brutally fucking slashing people everywhere, you know, and just, you know, that sensation, you're trying your best to run, and it's so hard, almost like running on the water, you know.
Yeah. I had
I think everyone has. I think it's everyone. I mean, everyone experiences it similarly, like having troubles running.
Yeah, whenever I dream of running, there's always like sometimes it seems like I'm running through jungle where like there are like leaves, branches, and like
Yeah.
someone like something stopping me, not letting me like run fast.
Like,
Like this was the dream where I was like full on sprinting, but
but
usually
you haven't had any trouble. Like,
no, I was fucking sprinting.
Oh, shit.
I was like Usain Bolt in the Olympics. Like
Oh.
I was going fast. But usually I like there's something like usually like stopping me. Like whenever I try to run in a dream, like usually maybe I need to like go up through like a tight space where like I want to run, but like there's not enough space. For
what do
me
you mean,
to,
like literally? Like,
yeah, literally,
Oh.
like maybe like a small hole between walls or something, like or maybe like vines and branches, like not letting me through, like shit like that.
Yeah, that's interesting.
But the other thing that I just remembered about dreams and not being able to do something is punching.
As well.
I never ever dreamed of punching someone hard. Like sometimes it seems like I throw like a right overhand as hard as I can, and the punch is like, like that.
I know that feeling, dude.
Like no, like zero damage. Like
Yeah.
nothing. Like the guy's face doesn't even move that much.
I've had similar.
Like it seems like it's
Shit.
impossible to punch hard in a dream.
But for me, I've had dreams where I did punch sort of successfully, but the problem was the dude was unkillable.
Yeah, that's an issue.
Like, I fucking like. I'm
That's
not
an
gonna
issue.
go into detail, nor that I remember it detailedly, but yeah, it was sort of like I wanted to kill the dude. And I fucking couldn't. Like it felt like I beat the shit out of him, and he's fine, dude. Like,
Yeah.
almost smiling at me, like.
That's a shitty feeling when you go as hard as you can, and like the guy smiles at you.
Yeah, so. But it's interesting for me. Like, if I'm running in a dream, there's usually, I almost like there never was any like jungle, you know, wrapping
Yeah.
around me. It was more like like invisible force stopping me.
Yeah, for me it's usually like something that's like
Mm.
just like wrapping around me and not letting me like run. Like I need to like take it off of me. Like I just cannot run.
Yeah, for me it felt like I'm not sure if you watch Dragon Ball, but you know where Vegeta trains in the gravity fucking
Yeah.
thingy. So it felt like somebody
Oh.
like switched up, you know.
Yeah, the gravity.
Yeah,
level.
the gravity level, and every like what's the word?
Movement.
Yeah, every movement, like every leg thrust, it's so I don't know, it's
Yeah, I
almost like in slow motion a little bit, like
yeah. When you said that like gravity chamber, I know exactly what you're talking about.
yeah, shit. But should we keep going? Should we keep going about dreams?
I don't know, like our podcast, we can do whatever we want. But the other thing is, when I was like, just looking what to talk about on the podcast, I just turned on the news site and just like check out what's going on, and they had like basically just a small stripe in the page, like just showing how many people have corona, how many have died, how many in Lithuania, and how many have died in Lithuania, and
But just in Lithuania or like
And,
globally?
one part is globally, the other part is in Lithuania. And dude, there are over 1 million people dead from corona. I did not know that like for a long
Yeah,
time.
sounds like a lot. You could say,
Well, that's look.
but
How many people are in Lithuania? 2.7 million. So like
something like that. But I would say, yeah, you could say something like that.
yeah, I think it's like 2.7. So almost half
Yeah.
Almost half of Lithuania basically would be dead if it
Yeah.
was only Lithuania.
Well, it would feel fucking scary if it was like that in Lithuania, you know?
Yeah.
It,
Half of the country's population.
yeah,
gone.
like what would even happen? I believe maybe the economy would fucking crash or shit like that because like
For sure. Like,
you know?
if half of the country's population dies, like, what
Yeah.
happens? Like, look, because of course in that half population, you know, comes in, like, probably, well, I was gonna say, like, everyone, you know, like, doctors, soldiers, and everyone else, but probably, well, from corona usually die elderly people. And, you know, like, there's not, there are elderly people, like police officers and soldiers.
The government's like old people, no pensions.
Do you imagine they don't need to pay out pensions, and imagine the fucking cemetery, like
Oh,
those, you know,
business.
yeah, cemetery
It's
business
booming.
it's booming, it's like going off, and probably like there would be like people dropping dead everywhere. You look, imagine Lithuania, half of the population dies, there's like nowhere to put the bodies, so I guess there would be like places where just bodies would be laying.
Yeah.
I am 100% sure that there would be like scavengers just trying to maybe find a ring, a gold tooth or something.
Could be.
I imagine that this will start happening, like ripping out gold teeth. Because like usually like old people have gold teeth. Like at least one or two.
Yeah.
Like minimum. So like they would probably like start ripping off like rings and ripping out teeth and shit.
Fucking imagine yourself going up to a dead body and like opening mouth and then you know ripping out a gold tooth.
I think
I'm not sure if I would do it. Like
I'm pretty sure Nazis were doing that during Holocaust.
oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I imagine, like you would just get used to that. I imagine you just like without any emotion. Like at first, like you're sad, and then you're like, oh, let's just get over it. You open the mouth, you know, like flash with a flashlight to see where it is. Grab what are they called? Pliers, I think, or something, and just press it, pull it out, and go to the next one. They would need like fucking guard dogs to guard the bodies.
But yeah, in this day and age, I'd say there would be like, you know, those bodies would be protected, you know.
Yeah, probably. Well,
Or actually, or maybe what would happen, basically, a big hole, and they would just not throw, but put the bodies in and maybe burn them and shit. Or just,
can you get corona from a dead body? Probably not.
well, maybe, it depends how much time has passed, I think. Because maybe, like,
I think
Like-
until the body cools off.
well, yeah, but, well, if he has corona, he dies, maybe for a day, you could say you could get, I think,
Maybe.
you could get it. I mean, but
But you like.
the question is how, unless you were, like, touching his mouth and shit.
Oh,
Because you know
yeah.
that body wouldn't like spray fucking
Yeah, you're,
liquids.
yeah, you're right. But yeah, dude, that's like if half of population of a country's population would die, like that would be like almost like apocalyptic.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That would be
For
like
sure.
fuck, like you know,
People would start to panic and shit.
dude, I would start to panic for sure. Like, dude, like half of the population, like what would you do for food, like
I'm
groceries,
not sure,
like,
dude.
just imagine going just to the city and you see like people with like gas masks.
Oh.
Not the masks that we have right now, but like proper like Chernobyl masks, and just carrying just boxes upon boxes of like water and bread and rice and pasta and shit. Like I imagine like, and there would be like even like we talked about scavenging. Probably people would start breaking into
In
stores
stores
and shit.
yeah.
Like there would be probably need like guard people standing with guns next to stores.
Yeah. I think army would need to get involved for sure.
For
you know?
sure, dude.
Well, maybe it wouldn't happen. Maybe it wouldn't happen like that. Maybe.
Well, you know, I just realized if half of population is dead, well, you don't need that much food.
But probably it would happen like that. Probably.
Dude, I would be so fucking happy that I have a well. Like I can just get water from fresh
Oh
water
yeah,
from a well.
for sure.
Like that, like people in like, you know, like what are they called, like in flats, like
Apartments?
apartments.
I'm not sure.
Apartments.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. Like they would be fucked. That would.
You mean the water system would stop working?
Probably. Well, that's actually a good question too. Probably not.
Unless fucking all the workers died and shit. And
Yeah, I was going to say maybe that body fell into the
oh.
the water thingy. I think actually like they were doing that in Walking Dead where like like in the newest season they're like the Whisperers. They just basically walk with the zombies. And so they would like grab a zombie, like slit his throat and throw him into a river, and then the infected water would go down the river to the people.
Yeah.
I think they were doing that. Like that body would definitely infect a water source. Dude, I would like.
Yeah, like imagine like if you have a virus or something deadly and like a biological weapon and you want to kill humans, probably the water supply is the best choice.
Probably everyone uses water. So
Yeah.
Have you ever played the game? What is it called? Plague Inc.
Oh yeah,
Something?
I have.
I wanted to play that game, but I never did.
I've played it fucking ages ago on my phone. I remember I had a tablet.
But wait, so the goal of the game is to
Kill the human population.
Oh, yeah. So like,
So yeah, there's like, well,
because I watched like tiny bits and pieces of gameplay of the game.
I think you can choose what kind of like a virus you are.
Yeah.
You know, there's like, well, there's a couple for sure, and yeah, you just sort of spread a little bit day by day, and the days go really fast. Like day 1, day 2, it's like you go through multiple years. I think during the game, during a session, and throughout you upgrade like shit. Like you have like a specific amount of points, and you have to think whether to make the virus more deadly or to make it more infectious. And if you're gonna make it more infectious, are you gonna make it through birds or like rats or maybe even water supply? And it's pretty interesting. It's strategic in a sense.
Yeah. Alright. So okay. So how would you do it if you're a crazy scientist and you want to kill all the population? So first of all, so what would you choose? Like water or like what else? Air? I think viruses can spread through like air and like talking.
But shit, are we talking specifically about viruses? Like,
yeah.
Shit.
Because like now when you said it, like I think water is the best.
Probably.
Because
unless maybe the water goes through like multiple cleaning systems.
That's
maybe
possible.
it's probably not that easy to just like spill a couple gallons of the deadly shit into a specific place. Maybe you need like a good plan to go through.
Would it be possible to try to like infect like a farmer's supply of water that he's going to like water the plants with?
As well.
Like, would it be possible to do it like that?
But
to infect like the vegetables and shit?
Yeah, but it's shit.
Wait, can vegetables carry out the virus? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, probably not.
The virus would die, I think.
Yeah.
So maybe, probably that wouldn't work.
Fuck. Okay. Yeah, like right now, like I'm interested, like how
it's
to.
pretty. It's pretty hard.
Yeah, because like being a crazy scientist is not that easy. Not that simple.
Yeah. Shit. We need like we need a smart dude right now sitting here. And
I wonder, like, over 2021 and 2022 is gonna come out the last season 11 of Walking Dead, and I wonder, will they ever show how everything started?
That's a good question.
Because like I love everything.
Well, they sort of showed. I mean, not that they showed how the virus originated, or maybe they did.
No, they didn't.
They didn't?
No, I'm pretty sure they didn't. So like I wonder.
Shit, but what was like the first scene? Like I'm trying to remember.
The first scene is when Rick wakes up in the hospital.
And that's it?
Yeah.
Oh, and he goes off and everything's fucking apocalyptic and shit?
Yeah. Now I remember. Rick, and what is his name? I want to say Sean.
Oh, the other cop?
Yeah. Like, I think they got either into a car crash or something,
Oh, yeah. Oh,
and Rick got into a hospital.
I think they were chasing criminals and shit and Rick got shot.
Yeah, something like that. And then the next scene, he wakes up sometime later in a hospital, everything's empty, and
Yeah.
and that's how everything starts.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he meets, what is the guy, his name with a stick? The black dude.
I don't... Morgan maybe?
Yeah, Morgan.
Shit,
And then
how
he,
do I remember?
and then he meets Morgan, and then everything like starts.
Yeah. But the Morgan sort of like disappears and later on comes back into the series, I think, right?
Yeah, well, look, the thing with Morgan is like it wraps around with the Fear the Walking Dead, because Morgan leaves like Alexandria or Hilltop or whatever in Walking Dead, and he like starts traveling, and then he meets the people from Fear the Walking Dead.
Fucking interesting.
Yeah, dude, I don't know why I am so interested in everything about zombies, like TV shows, video games. Like, I want a good zombie video game so bad. Like
So-
zombie survival, but like 7 Days to Die is the closest thing that comes to that, but it's just unpolished. Like, it's just like really good idea, really good setup, but I think either developers need more funding or something, because 7 Days to Die could be such a great game, but
But it's a single player, right?
no,
No?
you can play it. You can play it co-op,
Oh, okay.
and you can play multiplayer. I'm pretty sure. Like, probably just join a server and start building and shit. It's like 7 Days to Die is really cool, but it's unpolished. Like, it's like a diamond, but it's unpolished.
It's mostly always like that with survival games, open world, huge ass open world games.
I think I just saw a falcon. I'm pretty sure I just saw a falcon.
Yeah, there's like a bunch of bits were flying over.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I imagine it's difficult. Like,
it's really difficult. I mean, even considering DayZ, it's up for a pretty long ass time, and still there's new updates and shit
Yeah.
coming. And now it's a whole lot different than when it fucking came, but
honestly,
but still it feels like shit. There's just so much, you know.
yeah, I don't
There's so
remember.
much.
I don't remember when 7 Days to Die came out, but I think it's still in alpha, and it's been out for years now.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
I'm
what
pretty
talking
sure it's
about.
still in alpha. But I imagine, like,
Because like think of a Call of Duty game. So like they just
by the
played
way,
like
Call of Duty game is coming out quite soon.
oh yeah, but
Cold War.
I've seen bad comments. I've seen bad comments.
I didn't see any comments. I just watched a tiny bit of gameplay.
So there's just like a map,
Yep.
not that big. I mean, pretty big sometimes.
Yeah.
I believe, but like you're playing a specific mission, and there's like just like a map. It takes it doesn't take as much resources to like
Yeah.
hold it.
Well,
hold it
you're talking
together.
about single player or multiplayer?
About single player. I'd say.
Oh. Well, yeah. Yeah, of course.
Those games are always more polished and shit. The more open world you go, the more it's probably. Or actually, I'm not sure. Far Cry can be pretty open worlded, right? Open
Yeah.
worlded.
When you start playing Far Cry 2, it's open world. Far Cry 1 is not open
And
world.
it still fucking feels polished and shit, right?
I had a lot of issues with Far Cry 2.
Yeah, that's
didn't
what I'm
run
talking
well
about.
for me.
Open world, not polished.
Yeah, no, I mean, but like they were like sometimes like people would glitch out. Like sometimes there would be like just someone standing with a gun, and he would like start like basically like shaking, and he would slowly go up, like start floating.
That's funny.
And sometimes like like you need to go up like to start a mission. You need to go up to someone and interact. Like sometimes you cannot do that. Like the guy starts floating and like I just
It's so funny.
I gave up on the game.
To that extent?
Yeah, I was just like, I was just like playing it was like decent, but like like there was like glitches upon glitches and driving, and I didn't like, I think, the gameplay itself that much. Yeah, but when it comes to Far Cry 3, that game is fucking 10 out of 10.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah.
Around Far Cry 3 era, that's where it really popped, I think. Like,
Yeah.
I remember when I was like a kid, and yeah, I think I even had like a poster of it. Like,
Dude,
yeah, it was popping for sure during those times.
there's a
Like Call of Duty fucking Call of Duty levels, like among the top fucking games.
well, in my
Sure.
opinion, it's like definitely like a AAA game, like for sure. But I remember there's a website on the internet called Displate.com, and you can get like metal posters. And they're like different sizes, and I think it costs like the biggest one costs like around 90 euros, something like that. And I wanted to get like Bass, like the biggest poster of Bass, like the bad guy from Far Cry 3.
I think I know him.
Like, dude, he's my favorite bad guy from any video game. He's the coolest fucking antagonist.
Was that
ever.
fucking?
Yeah, with the mohawk.
Oh, okay, I know him.
Yeah, the guy.
Wasn't the first scene where the dude throws you in a cavey fucking hole?
No, the game begins when he catches you and you're in a like a bamboo cage. You might have seen that maybe in like a trailer or something. But there's like one of the most like popular like his like lines where like you are like tied either to a rock or like or something heavy basically, and you're just like standing on a like cliff, and like he says, "Do you know the definition of insanity?" And then he kicks the heavy thing, it pulls you down like the cliff and into the water like that. Do you know the definition of insanity is probably like one of the coolest lines ever.
Yeah.
Like that's
yeah.
so fucking cool, dude. I love that game so much. It's insanely awesome. I'm probably gonna play it for the third time sometime for sure. Like when like a year goes by or something, I'm gonna. Almost was bad. Was a tiny bit bad, but I just spilled a very minuscule amount. But yeah, that game is absolutely fucking awesome.
Shit, Aegis is definitely one of those. Like I'm more like that with movies and shit. At least I was. Now I'm not anymore, but at least I was for sure like that with movies. Like just almost like fuck. Like I wanted to collect like CDs and shit. Like
Yeah.
movies, like certain movies were just so fucking great in my mind, and like I just appreciated the shit out of the movies. And you're like that with games, like
Yeah.
you want to collect them and shit.
Yeah, I want to have like. That's why like I want to like have a collection of games that I have written a review for.
Yeah.
So like I play story games and I like try to write a review even though like I'm bad at it, but like I try to do my best. But yeah, like speaking of movies, like are you excited about any movie for 2020? Like something upcoming?
Not really, because I've just disconnected myself from it. Like it's like I have time to watch movies, but I just sort of don't. Like
Yeah.
now I'm gonna chill, for example. I want to eat something, and I just choose I just choose my phone, dude. Like I don't know, man.
Like I was watching trailers for upcoming movies in 2020 and everything seems shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I understand that it's hard to make like anything during the pandemic, something
Oh.
cool, but like everything seems like that thing where like yeah, I can watch that with friends, but nah, like not a great movie.
I remember there was a time where I need to literally. I would take almost an hour to like find a movie that I want to watch.
Me too.
Because obviously there was movies that I haven't watched for sure, but I want like I didn't want to watch just random shit.
Yeah.
So I was just looking for something that caught my eye and stuff, and shit. Every good movie that catches my eye almost every movie was seen at one point. Like I would take so much to find something.
Yeah.
Did nowadays I wouldn't struggle at all. There's probably a lot of shit.
I was at some point like it's actually quite fun to just choose a franchise and just watch all the movies in a row.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I did that with the X-Men movies and I enjoyed that a lot. But then after X-Men I started like watching Mission Impossible and I watched the first one and I stopped after the first one.
Was it that bad?
No, it wasn't bad, it was decent, but for some reason I stopped. I have the second one on my PC, on my desktop. I just need to click it twice and watch it, but just like like I'm gonna finish the franchise sometime. But they're like when you think about it, like there are a lot of cool franchises now when I think about it, you know, they're like X-Men, Marvel movies, John Wick, Mission Impossible, Fast and Furious I can say.
Oh yeah. Maybe Matrix?
I haven't seen a single Matrix movie, but that's definitely on the list. And then James Bond movies, like there's a lot of shit that like you can watch. But
there's two type of people watching movies though. Active watchers and
what's the first one? What watchers?
Active watchers and
I thought you said actor watchers.
And not active. Like what's the opposite of active?
Inactive.
Inactive. My bad. So yeah, like some people just put on a movie, they eat some.
Basically for background noise.
Yeah. Maybe they watch it a little bit, but you know they're gonna scroll on their Facebook and shit, and you know, basically like a background. I like that shit too, you know, sometimes. But if the movie is good, if I know the movie is good, like I don't let myself to do that, you know, like I just appreciate the art and like the magnificence of a good movie to the point of dude, I'm gonna focus 100% on it, you know, like fucking headphones on for you know the audio quality and shit.
Like sometimes like I know what I'm gonna be doing, like if I'm gonna be watching it like seriously and that. So like if I know that I'm gonna grab something to eat and I'm not gonna watch it seriously, I just like usually like I like watching parody movies, you know. When they're like, you know, take something and make a parody out of it. Like usually if I'm like wanna watch like something silly, stupid, like I choose something like that. Like there are a couple of good movies, parody movies about what is the fucking movie called?
I haven't watched a parody movie in ages.
Dude, I love those. I love them. Like I like seeing silly, stupid shit. But what's the movie called with Hunger Games. Yeah, Hunger Games.
Oh, I've seen a picture of like she's like a girl holding a bowl with like bread. Like she's gonna.
Oh, baguette, yeah.
Baguette.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Like what the fuck is that?
Dude, there's a parody movie of Hunger Games where there's like.
But isn't that one almost like fan made and shit?
No idea. But that definitely happened in that movie with the bowl and baguette. But they're like. The thing about that movie is that like the Hunger Games were like all of the contestants were from different movies. So there was like the original, you know, Chip, what's his name? Cassidy, whatever. Katniss, everything or whatever the fuck. Katniss, and then there was like guys from the Hangover movies. And then there was Johnny Depp's character, whatever the fuck he's called, like, you know, with a white face where he was like Native American in some movie, I think. Like, you know, white and black paint on his face, riding a horse, like a western type of a movie. Like there was a fuck ton, like basically of different movie characters. There was Ted, you know, that talking bear.
Talking bear, yeah.
Yeah, like there was like I enjoyed watching that.
And they
movie.
were all fighting like each other.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There was like I think there was even Thor, I think, from Marvel. Like I enjoyed watching that. Like it's
like imagine creating one.
Dude, I have no idea how high you need to be to create something like that, and how do you get the budget for it? Because imagine like pitching that. Alright, listen to me. So there are Hunger Games, there's Thor, Hangover guys, fucking Ted, and like we're gonna mix it all together, but we need 5 million to make the movie. Can you give it like that pitch meeting? Like seems like how do you like talk someone into like it seems like you need to make it from your own money.
Well, about the Hunger Games parody, I think I heard something that it was almost like like they didn't get sponsored or like funded too heavily.
Possible. Like I have no idea who made it.
Yeah, I mean, well, it costed for sure, but I think they managed to do it on a pretty low budget, maybe. Maybe. I'm not sure.
Possible.
I haven't seen it, so I'm not sure how it looks.
Yeah, actually, like, well, everything is like the action is in a forest, so you know, like you don't need any money for that. You just go into a forest, basically. Like there were like a lot of props and there were I think explosions and shit, and like there were special effects. So like it costed like something, but yeah, that might be possible to make it. You know.
Shit, that one story always stuck with me. The creators of Saw, you know that
Oh
movie?
yeah, I heard.
So-
I know that shit.
So
I'm
they
probably
had
gonna
like
watch it soon.
I'm not sure. Maybe well, there's two stories. The first movie of Paranormal and the Saw movies.
Yeah.
It was sort of similar. They had pretty low budgets. You could say 50,000, I think. Well, it's not low. Well, it's pretty big money for us when
Yeah.
you think about it. But in you know, in a sense of movies, it's really fucking low. So
yeah.
and how they managed to make it is basically just the whole movie was like almost like in a room,
Yeah.
and and yeah, that 50,000 turned it into a couple million, and yeah.
Yeah, dude, we should start a GoFundMe page, and however much money we manage to get from that money, we get basically the budget to create the movie.
Dude, that's actually fucking interesting.
I don't give a fuck. Like, if we got like imagine, no one sees the GoFundMe shit, we get 15 euros. We need to make a movie with 15 euros. Dude, that would be so fucking fun, and the movie would be so fucking shit. Not because of the low budget, but because of us.
Yeah.
But that would be fucking
Shit, maybe
fun.
we would do it pretty well.
Yeah, but I wonder like where should we put it then? Because like you know we need
On
like
your channel, or create a separate channel for the movie, or like I don't know, man.
Is there like fuck? Dude, we would need to like contact Netflix or Amazon Prime Video or whatever it's called. Just like,
That probably wouldn't work.
fuck no. That would be alright. Alright, so we're creating a movie. What is the movie about? It's complicated. So, how many movies have you created? This is my first one. How long is the movie? 6 minutes. Yes, it's a short movie.
Honestly, at one point I was really interested in cinematography and filmmaking.
Dude, we could go for like a survival. Try to create a survival movie.
But I would honestly try to make it really good. Like
No, I wouldn't be bullshitting around.
yeah. Like fuck.
But do you imagine like? But we would like need to choose wisely how we're gonna be in the movie, because if we're gonna try to create like our first movie, serious one with serious acting, it's probably not gonna be edited well. It's probably not gonna be filmed really well.
Because we're not the ones filming, you mean, or
Not experienced, because like you know like what we need like a serious budget to get an editor and
oh yeah, for sure. We would need to edit it ourselves.
yeah, so like you know there would be maybe camera shake, maybe something like if we would like look at it really seriously and it would come out like I think like do you know who is he's a fucking legend. Not Neil, fuck, what's the old guy? He died a pretty long time ago, but
What did he do? Like
he was an actor. He was like really old when he started in comedy movies. He starred in Aeroplane. He starred in a movie about police. They were basically a kind of movies where they were like a comedy movie where they're acting completely seriously. Like they're not like saying a joke, smiling or anything. Like they're like saying like something stupid or silly in a completely serious way.
Okay.
So I think we would come out like that, trying to
Yeah,
say
could be,
something
could be.
serious and like
Yeah.
and just come out like a fucking comedy.
Oh yeah. You mean it would happen like oppositely for us?
Yeah,
Or not oppositely, like the same way.
exactly like
Exactly. Yeah.
But I'm sad that
Could be.
I'm sad that I cannot remember the guy's name because I really liked him.
Would we talk in English? Probably.
Yeah. Dude,
like,
I actually.
what would fuck? Like even thinking of a scenario like.
Dude, I think I would fucking love to grab a pizza and sit down and just go off. Just grab a piece of paper, a pen, and just
Oh, and writing.
just sit down, like just two of us, or maybe just get someone to like join us and just try to write the scenario. I think we would be like dying laughing, like just creating a scenario.
Yeah.
Like that, I imagine that would be like a lot of fun. What that would take a lot of effort, but
Maybe
I
like
think
a
we
short
always-
film. Yeah. We should shoot like for a short film. Like they can be like 20 minutes or 15
yeah.
minutes.
Well, actually, like
And it's still a pretty long time ago to 15 minutes. You know.
Yeah.
To-
like there's a basically like I don't know how to call it, like a contest or something in Lithuania. In Lithuania, it's called Sidabrinė gervė, and in English it would be silver. I don't even know the bird's
Goose,
name.
maybe? Goose?
I think goose is antis
Maybe.
or žąsis.
Yeah.
I'm not exact. Okay, let's call it a silver goose for now, even though it's not the bird. But it's just like I was looking like, are there like any like category for a short movie? And I could not find it. But honestly, like I looked into it, like thinking about like maybe we could do something for that.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be Lithuanian though, because during that stage when I was interested in filmmaking, I was always checking out like Academy Award winning short films and shit.
Yeah.
And there's sort of Academy Awards for short films specifically.
Yeah.
You know,
But there are like a lot of contests on the internet, even.
I think people who win those Academy Awards are like they get seen by somebody who can fund them, and yeah, they probably make a career out of it.
Very possible. Yeah, very possible. Probably that's the way it happens, but
Yeah, but it's well.
but okay.
Yeah, it's hard. Like, but I'd be down to try. for
Fine,
sure.
yeah, let's go. Like like I'm kind of busy, but I still have a lot of free time. Like I have a flexible schedule, so I could just push everything around. So if you need to film, we can just go ahead and do it. But okay, let's try to like shortly like think of a scenario. So and let's think about the budget. Like we're doing everything on a low budget. So for some reason I imagine the cheapest would be like a survival movie. Like something happens, a plane crashes something, and you're in a forest, and you're like trying to bushcraft something out of like sticks and leaves and shit. I think that would be quite cheap.
Yeah, we could probably add like, if it could be like apocalyptic in a sense, and not that you would see like broken buildings and shit, but like you imagine yourself in a forest, you're sort of like scrawny and shit, and you're building up something, and maybe you get attacked by scavengers and shit, like.
Yeah, I was gonna say that we should like do everything as cheap as possible, and all of our budget, just get a trained bear to like try to like reenact
A trained bear, like legit.
Yeah, like try to reenact like a scene from.
Oh, I'm not gonna fucking go
like,
for it.
Leonardo DiCaprio, what's the movie called?
The Revenant.
The Revenant. And try to reenact that scene.
I wouldn't go for it.
Fuck it, I would.
You would?
Well, if it's trained and there's a guy like who trained it and then like would tell me like, okay, do this, don't do that, cover up your neck, and like don't raise your hands up. Like
It's so fucking like, well, obviously it depends whether the bear, maybe the bear wouldn't have a clothes.
who knows? But I think he
and-
would be pissed off if somebody pulled out his clothes. I think he would be mad about it. But you know what I never knew, and I just found out recently about like bears and movies. They have to add like what is the called growling?
Growling.
They need to add that in post. Trained bears do not growl.
Oh.
They are trained to open their mouths. They just open their mouths and they add the sound
shit.
growling in the post.
Yeah, there's so many like secrets and details and subtle abilities
Yeah.
of filmmaking,
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Like some like when somebody is walking in a movie and you can crisply hear every footstep. It's not real. Like
Yeah.
there's an
Like
audio
blanks
engineer.
cracking.
Like there's like a microphone, and he's like I don't know, like a fake boot, and
Yeah.
recording sounds separately to make it just that crisp.
Yeah. I not long ago I watched a video of how like the audio was made for Disney cartoons in the 50s. So that was like I don't remember like any examples that I could give, but that was pretty interesting to watch.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, you said sometime when we were talking that you would like to like start watching Walking Dead from the beginning.
Well, it sounds like a good idea, but also it feels like it would take a shit ton of time.
Well,
40
40 minutes an episode, 16 episodes a season, 10 seasons. So that's 160 episodes times 40 minutes. I can actually, you know what? Just out of interest, I'm gonna calculate like how many hours is that. So wait, so what did I say? 160 times? Okay, wait, 160.
I didn't remember.
100. Okay, 160. Let's see. I think it's a tiny bit more than 40 minutes, but let's say 40. 160 times 40 equals 6,400 minutes divided by 60. 106 hours.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of shit to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot. 106 hours of content, that's a lot.
Like if you were to finish it in a decent time, you'd need to spam it for sure,
Yeah, you need to like push like 5 episodes a day or something.
Yeah.
I think
It's doable, especially if you like watching shit.
Yeah.
But, maybe you would like guilt yourself over it.
Maybe. I think I binge watched Tiger King. I think I watched that really fast, but that was only 7 episodes. But yeah, that I wonder how Joe Exotic is doing right now in prison. Because I imagine that it's difficult for Joe Exotic in prison. But
well, maybe he's in a. I'm not sure if he's in the general population.
You think so? He's not. But why wouldn't he be?
Yeah, well, I'm not sure. Maybe they would just protect him for some odd reason, Just.
But I imagine, like Joe Exotic is gay, so I imagine he would be like getting a lot of dick in prison. Yeah, but who knows?
Yeah, there's shit. I don't. People usually watch prison, like male prisons, like documentaries about male prisons and shit. But I watched a couple episodes on female prisons. It's so fucking interesting, dude. Like there's this, you could say, alpha fucking woman.
Yeah.
And yeah, she has like a gang, you could say, but it's so basically she's the father.
Yeah.
And there's like a mother, there's like a kid, and they almost like reenact like family living and. Yeah, the weaker ones, you could say, need to join and be like a son to like a daughter to her in order to like get protection,
Yeah.
Shit like that, like fucking hell, man, like.
That fucking mother instinct. That family instinct, the woman.
Shit. Oh, there was. Those girls were called studs, and so basically, studs were sort of like boys.
Yeah.
They're women, but they're trying their best to be like boys.
Yeah.
Like, short hair, like maybe somebody is lucky and looks like a fucking man,
Wait, is it like you're
they walk, differently. They're not like, they're trying their best to not be like a woman,
Yeah.
And they find girlfriends and shit. Like legit other female prisoners. They're like fucking. The studs do their job so well that the women get like turned on and shit. It's like isn't like some studs. It's like a status.
Yeah.
They have fucking multiple girlfriends and shit, There's like fucking relationship issues. Yeah, it's fucking interesting. It's different than male prisons for sure.
Wait, did you lick my girlfriend's pussy? Did you? Did you? I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you, like, like shit like that.
Yeah.
Isn't Orange is the New Black a show about
Oh,
women
yeah.
in prison?
Yeah, but I haven't watched it. So
Yeah,
I'm not
I
sure.
haven't seen a single episode either. Well, that's that, I guess. Fuck, like, honestly, like, now when you said it, like, yeah, I haven't seen anything about female prisons
Yeah.
ever.
It's interesting.
Not a single documentary, not a single video, like, yeah, nothing.
Yeah, it's interesting. And at one episode, they've managed to, they found a way to send letters to the male units
Oh,
and vice versa, you know. So they were like sending letters to. One dude was sent a letter to his wife, who is also in prison, but in a close by sector, but it's divided. But there's like I don't remember how exactly, but there was like a way to like slip a letter in.
also wait, so wait, they were doing that, like, basically without a guard's notice?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
I think so. So. Yeah, interesting
Is,
shit.
is a women's prison as violent as males? Like, are there like
can be,
women
but-
with shanks?
Less of that. Less of that shit for sure. There's fights and shit, but less of the stabbings for sure.
Oh, you know what? I just remembered I've seen some shit about female prisons. I think I was like, at some point, for some reason I really got into Scare Straight, what is it called?
Beyond.
Beyond, something like that.
Yeah.
Beyond Scare
Oh, about
Straight.
kids?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I think there was like a couple, female teenagers that got taken to a female prison. Well, those chicks that were scaring the teenagers, though, didn't seem like there's like legit quite a few of them that would beat the shit out of me. Like that I wouldn't stand even a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like they seem like they're like.
That fucking crazy and tough and shit.
Yeah, like like when it comes to fighting, like the scariest person I think is the one who like doesn't give a fuck about his own health.
Oh, and therefore he's really like almost like has
Dangerous.
an advantage. And,
Yeah. So I think like they were like a couple of chicks like that. Like that doesn't look like they give a fuck about their own health. Like if you fight them, like
Yeah.
they're not gonna try to defend themselves. They're gonna go all offense.
All in.
All in. Like
Yeah.
like I imagine, and they were like big. That's the other thing.
Yeah, probably
They were big.
fucking even taller than us, dude.
Yeah, there were probably chicks that weigh much more than me.
Yeah.
So I am pretty sure that in female prisons there's quite a few chicks that could beat the shit out of me, like in a street fight. In a boxing ring, I doubt that.
Mm.
But in a street fight, I think I would be fucked. At least I feel like that.
Yeah, scary shit. What would you want a woman like that?
Fuck no. I think, look, here's a relationship. I imagine if you're a dude, you need a relationship that if you're a chick, you're never worried about that your dude's gonna hit you, and vice versa, like that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like it doesn't matter which way it goes. If a woman beats a man or a man beats a woman, like there shouldn't be that feeling of that.
Yeah, and if the woman like, if you would have a woman like that, shit, the roles would sort of intermingle with each other.
Do you imagine if you're in a bar with your girl, like somebody goes just and bumps into you, and then you say, oh no worries, all fine, dude. And your chick stands up and like, what's up? Like, what's up? Let's go. Like, what's up? Like, you bumped into my dude. Like, let's go.
Dude,
like, imagine like,
dude, maybe it would be fucking like you would be happy. Dude, oh God, I will get you.
Yeah, but do you imagine like just trying in a public place, calm down your girlfriend so she wouldn't punch another dude, and then the dude's calling you a pussy because you're standing behind of a woman, and then your woman's like. He just called you a pussy, like go bite him, like everything escalates.
Yeah, well, talking about relationships, there are well, I'm not sure if it must be like that, but I think it's unhealthy if like you're not gonna be. If the woman will be more masculine than you in psychological ways as well, you know. It's just. Yeah, it might
like-
create trouble. It might create trouble. You
Yeah.
know?
Do you remember that woman from Tiger King? What is her name? Carol?
The
Who fed her husband to the.
that one
Isn't she like Carol?
probably.
Let's call her Carol.
Well,
Carol.
allegedly, because you know we gotta take our podcast seriously. You know,
Yeah,
allegedly.
allegedly fed her husband. So like, dude, like, when she was like, I don't know if the guy is her new husband or her boyfriend, but the guy he's not getting any pussy from her. Like you can like legit see that she's like using him. Like she's the like she makes the decisions around the house.
Yeah, could be.
Like he seems like what is the dude's name? From Rick and Morty, Beth's husband, Jeff, isn't he? Jerry.
Jerry.
Yeah,
right.
Jerry. Like he seems like a Jerry to me. Like you know,
Yeah,
like,
could be,
like,
could
it's
be.
like Jerry, shut the fuck up. Okay, Beth. Okay.
Yeah, like, but that happens, you know. Like some women want to. Well, I'm not sure how to say it in English. Paspausti po padu. Like basically
Put you under a shoe.
Yeah, put you like press you under a shoe, like almost stamp on you. Not like stamp on you, but yeah, like take over the control almost like.
Yeah, but like.
Yeah, like.
But
shit.
like.
That happens.
I know, but like okay.
And
Yeah.
fuck, I will fucking do my best to avoid that shit.
Yeah, but alright.
Like-
so we're both basically 20, and neither of us has ever been in a relationship. So now the interesting thing is like how should be the control in a relationship, and how much like you need it, and like do you even need it, like the control?
Like, well, it has to be sort of like
Because I
harmonious.
have no fucking idea.
Well, in my opinion, it has to be fucking harmonious. But
We
not
need-
50-50. I'm not saying necessarily it has to be like 50-50. Like sometimes definitely like it can swing a little bit, you know. But
Yeah, dude, we
I'm
need
not
to.
sure if it. I'm not sure if it's like if the man like taking control like in the old ages is good either.
Yeah, dude, we need to find like a female guest.
Yeah, that would fucking.
Dude, that would be such a good episode, and just prepare a fuck ton of questions.
Yeah, shit like that.
Yeah, like I would probably I would just spend 2 days with like a piece of paper next to my PC that whenever I'm doing something, a question comes to my mind immediately, write it down. Like that would be a good fucking episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, like I have no idea like how relationships even work. Dude, like no joke. I remember I think you sent me the meme. Where like if you start dating after 25, learn to be a stepdad.
Oh yeah.
Like legit, like I'll need to do that. Like when I start dating, I'll need to learn how to be a stepdad.
Yeah. Yeah, but it just happens, you know.
Shit happens.
It just happens. You're. Well,
Wait, what just happened? The control or the relationship?
like just the relationship, you know. It seems like you know, like how the fuck does it happen? But it just happens. I think. In a way.
Yeah, but like, do you know?
I think we have something in us, like almost like in our DNA and shit, in our fucking like, almost like primal instincts and shit. Like,
Okay, I'm gonna change the topic just a tiny bit, but like, I don't know, like, if that's ever happened to you, but like, if a chick sends you mixed message,
mixed
like, can you like read it? Like not a literal, not a fuck. Can you speak?
you mean like
Not
kinda
literally
like
a
share it
message.
if I had one? Like,
No, not like.
or you mean like understand it?
Yeah, like do you understand it? Like if somebody like says, like if a chick says, okay, just go away, fuck off, and but it's mixed. Like can you read it if she's seriously saying? See, it's like saying don't, or you know just stop it, or just like saying fuck off because, legit, I am so stupid when it comes to chicks.
But
Dude, I cannot read mixed messages at all. I'm legit too stupid to have a girlfriend.
well, shit. I'm thinking. I'd like to believe that I can, like, at least I would sense that it's not just plain go fuck yourself. Like, it feels like, you know, I'd sense something. I'd sense something is going on, but.
Because whenever that happens to me, I would realize that like few hours afterwards. Like, wait, why would you just be sitting thinking, wait, you're such an idiot, like just being sad about myself. It's like, oh wait, when she did that, she meant that, and like, you're a fucking moron, like just being like that.
Shit, I don't think I've had mixed messages.
I think I had, yeah.
I had, but there's like degrees, you know?
Yeah.
There's degrees. Like, go fuck yourself. That one is, I mean, this
that
one
was
is,
just an example. That
like,
never happened to me.
I'd say that one is like the ultimate level of but now you gotta flip a coin. You know, like.
But like,
I think I've had mixed messages, but like lower degrees and shit.
Well, yeah, me too.
Yeah, you know, like. But not that I could think of, you know. Well.
Yeah, but like, you know, like for example, like that never happened to you when like you're like, you know, you're just like maybe in high school and you're like teasing a chick and she's like, stop it. And you know, like she's saying stop it, but you know, but you was like notice that like maybe she's smiling. Like,
yeah.
It's like I'm talking about that. Like I had always trouble.
I think socially, like you could say, you had like you could say trouble socialing, not socialing, but like
just
almost like flirting and shit.
Not flirting, just like basically.
Because there's one dude I've talked with, and he basically never flirted and shit. And he's almost like oblivious. Like, how the fuck does it happen? Like,
I don't know what word oblivious means.
Well, he's never flirted, and it never seemed to him like he has been being flirted with. You know, like.
So wait, so you're saying that
he's struggling? Like he's like the same dude who wants to be the fucking alpha dude. Like, remember what I told you?
Yeah. For some reason, I put those 2 points together, but
so yeah, like he doesn't know, like he's sort of like well, he has trouble socialing, you could say.
Me
like
neither, probably.
His opinions are really like contradict. Like his opinions contradict most of us, you can say like that, you know. Like he's interesting, and like he doesn't have anything similar to talk with people like normal people, you know, you could say.
Well, I have trouble actually with that too, kind of, with the people that I don't know. Like I have trouble breaking the ice.
And you know what was interesting for me, that like. Well, supposedly he hadn't flirted at all, and for me, well, it happened, you know, and like he was almost like asking me like how it happens or how to notice it or how to like take action during a good opportunity to flirt, you know, like how to see those, like, you know, like like I couldn't tell him, like it for me it almost feels like. It's almost like in my DNA, and I just fucking go off, like just.
Right now I'm smiling not because he like doesn't know how to notice it or anything like that. But I imagine if I was talking to a guy like that, I imagine like I would be like a piece of shit. But I would lie to him, like, okay, look, if a chick says that to you, just know that she's flirting with you. Immediately go for a kiss. Like just try like kiss her like that. She wants you to kiss her. Like I would like just. Lie! I was just like mess with him.
You would fuck him up, dude.
Yeah, the next day he comes like, you know, like still like with finger marks on his face, like like there's like red fingers. face on his face.
Shit, where were we?
Mixed messages the previous time.
So, mixed messages? Well, I don't know.
Yeah, we need a female guest. That would be.
Actually, fuck. Now that I think of, Well, I've had a mixed message. One on a sort of like a higher degree, where I have to almost like flip a coin. You know.
Wait, okay.
But I'm not gonna go too much into detail.
Okay.
But
wait, okay. So if you flip a coin, what are the outcomes? Either one or the other.
So, like, there's like only like going in or like playing it safe. 2 options.
Okay.
And going in could mean that you're maybe you're not necessarily that you're gonna fuck things up if it doesn't work out, but you're gonna put yourself in a situation where you've chosen this. Now you have this fucking relationship, and you know, sometimes I'm scared of commitment, you know.
Yeah.
Like going into a commitment, not just going into a commitment, but also there was something else, but let's just say going into a commitment, and the other option is like playing it safe, not rushing into it, and if it happens later on, it happens. But the mixed message part, it can feel like she wants you to go in, sort of, even though it's a risky idea, you know. I get it. So I think I've managed to understand it, but I still, like, even though she perhaps wanted to, like, for me to like go in, like, I didn't go in for the sake of myself.
Yeah.
You know, like, I think I've managed to understand. I think, but maybe it wasn't.
Maybe it got outplayed.
Yeah, maybe I got outplayed and shit, and yeah, maybe it was completely fucking different. It could be. Well,
I guess we'll never know. No. Dude, fucking guys and chicks seem two different species. Guys are simple, women are like complex as fuck. At least in my opinion.
Well,
dude,
it's not always like that.
Yeah, but this is kind of like maybe embarrassing to admit, but like I'm not going out at all. Like whenever I'm going out with you. Probably the last time I talked to like a chick, it was in high school. And I finished high school, 2 years ago. No, wait. How long ago did I finish high school? Year and a half. Okay, let's say 2 years. So I haven't actually like had conversation with a chick that's not my relative. It's only 2 years.
Well.
Yeah. Well, I need to start learning how to be a stepdad.
You know what could happen? Throughout time, you could lose this sort of like social ability to interact with women.
That's probably already had happened. I wouldn't be surprised if that's already.
Yeah, it could be. It could be like that.
Yeah, that's probably already happening.
Shit, I've had an idea.
I'll go for it.
But it's different times. Like back in like 20 years ago, people were getting married at like fucking 18, fucking 19-ish. Families had a lot of children. It was definitely more like revolved around like creating a family for sure, you know?
Yeah.
And nowadays, there's more choices. The understanding of like, just like the whole population. Well, more the younger people I'm talking about. just understand it differently, you know, that you don't have to rush and shit. Maybe you don't even need kids, like for example, having kids.
Yeah, that I
Like
didn't.
people are like, you know, they're more open to that part, like aspect, and
Yeah,
maybe marriage as well, like you can have like a woman, like a partner, but shit, like more and more people are not getting married anymore.
Yeah, that was like exactly my point. I just didn't want to like interrupt you. Like 20 years ago, like you know, like people are having like fucking 6 and 7, maybe
Yeah.
10 kids, and
Yeah.
now these days some like people choose not to even have kids at all.
Yeah.
But you know the thing is, I heard like let's say not 20 years ago, a tiny bit more, like let's say 50, 70. I think I hear that like people chose to have a lot of kids because like the mortality was high. Because like
True.
a lot of kids like would, not a lot, but kids would die.
Yeah. And not only that, I think there was another point also was like chores. Like people were living in like in villages and shit. Like there were cows to milk. You know, more kids would mean more chance of having more men,
Yeah.
more hands on the fields and shit.
Dude, I got to take a piss so bad right now.
Oh, we can.
Alright. Take the lead now.
Shit, fuck. What were we? I'm not sure what the fuck to talk about. Oh shit. So a couple of days ago, I've noticed Joey Diaz started sort of like a new podcast or like a new chapter of his podcast. But the name is also different. So the name before that was The Church, and now it's I think The Joint. The Joint of Joey Diaz, the Joint basically, and he had his partner Lee for like 8 years and shit, I think, and now he's got like. Even Joey Diaz wanted himself or Lee to like explore world, explore life and shit, and did you hear what I was talking about?
I heard explore world, explore life. That's basically all I heard.
Well, so basically Joey Diaz sort of started like a new podcast.
Oh, Uncle Joey's joint?
Yeah. And Lee's gone. You know that?
Yeah. Why's he gone?
Just, well, they've been doing it for 8 years, I think.
Wait, so they like completely separated?
Yeah, like Lee's somewhere else. And
that's actually a tiny bit sad.
Yeah.
I like Lee.
Yeah, it sort of is, like people definitely miss him, but he's, but it's not like they got mad at each other or anything, like, even Joey Diaz himself, like, from the good perspective, like, wanted Lee to, like, explore life himself, you know, like, maybe figure out his own shit, because like Joey Diaz, he would feel even guilty at times for like just like having Lee always with him and shit. Well, for sure Lee did enjoy it, but maybe he didn't felt like he's doing something of his own, like creating something of his own, you know, like he's so he's gonna explore world and shit, you know.
There are clips when Lee is high as a fucking guy.
Dude, every fucking podcast you watch, Lee's like, like his eyes are barely fucking open, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be scared, like legit, like Joey Diaz would invite me to his podcast, you know, let's say. I would be scared to fucking go there, like he would.
Because like you would get edibles. Like he would somehow get you high.
I'm fucking like
maybe give you like THC spray, say that this is a normal mouse spray, your breath is gonna be nicer or like something like that.
Yeah, I wanna try it, you know, it's
I think Joey Diaz got someone's data high with THC popcorn. Like they somehow like got like THC into popcorn.
Yeah, shit, you know, well, for someone like you it would be different because, you know, you haven't like you've never been in that world, you know.
Yeah.
And you would make it clear, you know, from the beginning. But for me, you know, I would maybe tell a story of like a psychedelic or just weed, you know, and even I would eat edibles.
I'm pretty sure that if I was with Uncle Joey, I imagine that if I said that I was never drunk, I was never high, I never smoked a cigarette, I think he would like be like, oh, this is gonna be a fun night. This is gonna be we're gonna see some shit tonight. Like,
oh my god, it would be so fucking good.
I would bring my own food, my own water, and like, and I imagine he would like, if I had like my food in a box, he would like open it and like THC spray all over it, like just go with it.
Fucking hell, it would be good. Yeah, what I was talking about, you know, he's alone now. And you know, when we went to pee, I was like almost immediately like, oh shit, what am I talking about? It's harder. Like I've seen a comment on saying, you know, saying that the dude, like the commenter respects Joey Diaz for being able to carry out the podcast alone.
Yeah, that's
for like
insanely difficult.
An hour plus. You know? And Joey Diaz is fucking Joey Diaz.
I only know comedians who do that successful. Because like they usually have a fuck ton of stories, and they have an interesting outlook on things. And like I don't know about Joey, but Bill Burr and I've seen Chris D'Elia do like they have like stories on Laptop Rep.
I think, well, it has to do a lot with the fact that even if they're not talking about like something really funny or really interesting, just their personality makes it interesting to like listen to, like just you know what's the word, mundane, just like regular shit basically. You know. Yeah, like I could listen to Joey Diaz is he has a talent, fucking you could say.
Dude, like Uncle Joey is the fucking best.
Last couple of days I've been listening a lot.
Yeah, I think he has like a documentary about his life on YouTube, but I never watched it, but I'm gonna watch it for sure. Like he's talking about his life, and I think he wanted like off to meet people from his like youth and shit like that. So like that should be really interesting. I just never watched it.
So fuck, what else? So he last podcast he sort of like almost inspired me to write a journal, not a dream journal, but just a journal, you know.
Dear journal, today I realized I'm gay.
So he's been writing journals like ages ago.
Possible. Yeah, I know about that. I never heard actually.
Yeah, he's been writing it every day, like not every day, but basically for ages ago. You know, like a lot of time has passed, and he opened up, you know, the old fucking like the first like he almost he would finish the notebooks and like stack those, you know.
Yeah.
So there's a lot, and it was just a really interesting idea how he's seeing how he was and shit, and you know, now he retrospects that, you know, he was fucking he was almost like at some points it was almost like he wanted to die even. Like he was that fucked up, you know, like during those ages when he was like that, maybe he didn't realize it, and he later on, you know, I bet it's really interesting to like read how your mind was, you know, like for example today.
Yeah, actually,
imagine yourself starting up a journal, you know, you're grinding YouTube and shit, you know, streaming, and later on, you know, you becomes really successful at it, and you know, after not 5 years, but you could say like 3 years, you know, you open up like how he was today, and maybe you have doubts, maybe, I'm not sure, but you know, you could see a lot of details.
I did that, basically the same thing not long ago. Like, I don't know how long ago I created the video, Keep Chasing Your Dreams.
Oh, I've seen that one.
Yeah. And I watched that not too long ago. And I created like a half a year ago, I think that. Something like that. So it was like, kind of like interesting to see myself talking about future and me being in the future looking at that video right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of like, it was weird to watch that video. But yeah. Oh yeah, dude, life's interesting. Dude,
It is.
like imagine, like let's say some director or a producer, no director, director, like imagine some director picks up all of the Joey Diaz's
Oh shit.
notebooks
Yeah.
and just like reads it and like imagine like that you could make such an interesting fucking movie from those notebooks.
It would be really fucking good.
And I imagine like
Dude, that's like a legit fucking good idea.
Yeah.
Like, he could probably pull something like that up.
dude, I imagine you could like film like a trilogy. Like because he has like so many stories and like from like finding his own mom dead to going to prison like dude you could like create like probably like 3 movies about his life.
Yeah.
Like for sure. Like he's such an interesting man.
Yeah.
And imagine like usually like not usually but like let's say and you could like even like maybe get him to narrate something.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like,
or,
dude, that
or he
would
could like when he was younger. Obviously, there could like would be like an actor, like
Yeah.
not him, but later on he
Yeah.
could be.
Yeah.
Like I'm not sure how he would do, how
Well,
he would act, but
dude,
I think he
honestly-
could pull it off.
Honestly, like you know, like there was probably an issue with his weight, but to act, you know, a younger himself. But there's like actually like dude, CGI is so good right now that he like CGI could make him look young. Like
Oh.
like so
okay.
he could act as himself when he became fat maybe. Maybe like maybe
yeah.
because like those CGI is insane right now.
Yeah.
Like they made like Robert De Niro in some movie like really look like he was I think he played himself. Like the movie went on for like years and years and he played himself young, old, and I think he filmed himself in deathbed. Something like that. Some movie about war I think. I might be like maybe adding some stuff that didn't really happen, but I think they just you know put like dots on his face and using CGI like they made him young.
Yeah, it's magic. Like
Yeah. So yeah, like movie about Joey Diaz would be fucking insane probably. Because
yeah,
like
but
here,
it sounds like such a good idea.
yeah,
Like it sounds not just like a funny movie about a comedian, but like a serious.
no,
like
no,
a
no,
se-
you would need to make a series.
Yeah, like a serious movie. Like even fuck, it could win like fucking trophies and shit. You know,
What?
fuck.
The fuck is a trophy?
Trophies.
Oh, trophy.
Trophies.
Trophy. What the fuck's a trophy?
My bad, dude. Trophies and shit.
Ah,
Oscar. What else? I'm not
yeah,
sure.
Oscar Academy Award.
Yeah. So
Yeah, because like he can like take any part of his life and talk interesting about like even from
Yeah.
his like when he was like 10 or whatever years old when he was like beating up a nun. Like do you know that?
like
story?
what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like what the fuck, dude?
Like dude, like that would be insanely
Yeah, like it's like I would like if I would know him, I honestly like
encourage him.
encourage him to like think about it or like yeah, fuck it's
But dude, the sad
and
thing,
it would blow him up even more, you know. I'd say
dude, I want him to lose weight. I think dude, his
Yeah.
weight is unhealthy right now.
for sure. But it's been like that, you know, for a while.
Yeah, but I imagine dude, like his heart probably is like having like maybe trouble and other organs. Like I want him to lose weight.
Yeah. Well, he's trying to lose weight.
Is he?
I think like he was talking about. Well, he got like a boxing
Back?
bag. Yeah. I almost said peach. But yeah, boxing bag. He has. I think he has a bicycle at home. He said he walks. No. He rides a bicycle.
Dude, I hope so.
Yeah, he does. He does nowadays. He's trying to like. Yeah, he's trying. He's on point nowadays.
Yeah.
He said that he's. Well, he's gotten back a lot of like confidence.
Dude, I really hope he's gonna lose a lot of weight because I really don't want him to pass away. Like I want him to like live like a long time.
Yeah. Well, he was talking about like he said something like dude, like I'd be like he'd be dead if well he's when he was younger there's like like a really steep hill, you know,
Yeah.
and he would like climb it every day because he needed to like maybe I don't know maybe go to school and back through that hill, you know, and when the wind was really high he would he's made it sound really funny and interesting. He would like climb that hill backwards in order to like avoid the wind blowing into the face. And you know, he's like, dude, if I wasn't like that, I'd be dead right now because, well, he thinks he, you know, he has, you know, a strong heart and shit.
Well, yeah, you know, like you know, breaking into houses and fighting off dogs. That's that's an exercise. That's like that definitely is some sort of a cardio.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Well, an interesting fucking guy. Like, dude, like I would love to like see like documentaries about Rogan, about Diaz.
Oh yeah.
Like they could definitely like you know just find a really good director, and just make a movie about like those two. And they actually like you know when we were like just a few minutes ago when we were like talking about Walking Dead, one Morgan, one from Fear the Walking Dead, from Walking Dead to Fear the Walking Dead, you could do the same thing because they know each other for a long ass time. So you could even make those two movies like.
You mean Joe Rogan and
yeah,
Joey Diaz? Oh yeah.
Like it's like somehow like wrap in like.
Yeah.
Like dude, that would be fucking awesome.
Well, but yeah, I'm not sure. Well, they didn't know each other when he was younger and shit, you know.
No, you know, they know each other for like 20 years minimum.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
20 years?
Minimum.
Wow.
Fucking minimum.
Fuck, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think they know each other for a really long time.
Alright, then maybe it's
Yeah.
more plausible.
Yeah. Dude, they're like... I like... That was a voice crack. Like...
Aye, Captain.
I usually like watch quite a few, you know, comedian podcasts from that circle, you know, Rogan, Diaz, Kreischer, Segura, not really Dalia, but Brian Callen and Brendan Schaub, like, there are like well, not a lot, but there are like allegations like coming out. Do you know the podcast, The Fighter and the Kid? Brendan Schaub and Brian Callen.
Well, I've heard you said something to me about raping allegations.
Yeah, so basically Callen has some like I maybe everything is in the clear right now because I wasn't following the story for about like a few weeks now. So basically Callen like left the podcast for The Fighter and the Kid, and now Brendan Schaub is like inviting guests, and dude, everyone's roasting Schaub so bad.
Everyone he invites?
No, people.
Like,
the
but
viewers.
But why though?
I don't know, but everyone's saying like, you know, like let's cancel this show, like there's like twice as many dislikes as there are likes.
But
Like
it's not even him that did the raping. You know?
no, just people that dislike Schaub. This is some reason Schaub is not liked by
But
people.
is it that, or is it like just because the other dude was in that show, that's why Schaub is getting, you know, the hate as well?
I imagine what happened is that people like Callen so much, and he was such a big part of the podcast, that now when he left, people don't want the podcast to even carry on.
Yeah, that's fucking...
Because like from what I read, from the comments I read, basically people were talking like basically like, you know, like Callen was like 70% of the podcast. And now like Schaub is just like, dude, dude, everyone's roasting Schaub, like, I kind of understand why, but he's like not a bad dude. Like I'm not a fan of Schaub, but I don't have anything against him. Like I think he's a cool dude.
Yeah, people on the internet tend to be... There's gonna be more of those, of the haters than people who have a similar opinion to as yours, you know?
By the way,
Like, there's comments, like, there's like hate in the comments, and there's like a couple ones where, you know, similar to, as you said, you know, like, fuck, he's not a bad dude, you know?
do you know that, you know, Spotify employees try to like, what's the word?
Censor?
Yes, censor Rogan.
I've heard something. I've heard about it. I've seen like a video about it. But Joe Rogan, I think maybe he even tweeted or said it on his podcast that it's not happening. That supposedly everything's okay. So after that, I was like, alright. But I'm not sure how it is.
Yeah, I'm not following the story too, but that much. But I do like, I like. It's just weird to me, like. But why there are like Rogan's podcasts on YouTube still?
Yeah, that's what's weird.
Yeah.
Like it's not supposed. Well, not sure.
From what I understood, is like Rogan's podcast is gonna be Spotify exclusive.
Yeah. Well, I didn't have like seen any information myself. Probably. That's what you told me, and that's what I believed in as well. So it's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird seeing it on YouTube. But
But yeah, like for some reason, like
I think
like
there was like a couple employees.
yeah.
Or
The thing about employees, like some like fucking hyper. What is the word? Hyper woke, some shit like that, pussy shit. Like
they mean like. I'm not sure.
like like oh, you cannot say that, you cannot make jokes about that or that or that, that's racist, that's sexist, that's that. Like like dude, like fucking
But I'm not sure if I would call it woke, like just being very.
well, Rogan called it woke. I don't know like what's the person about, but like people are going dude, I think, at least in my opinion, now that's probably a lot of people might disagree with me, but like I imagine that if you're okay, so now it comes to the thing with like free speech versus hate speech, because like in my opinion,
Well, yeah, for sure.
you should be able to say anything if you're not like actually like
like hating it.
yeah, like I think you should be able to say anything, and like if especially if you're making a joke. Maybe use the F word, maybe just like maybe harsh jokes, but still jokes where your goal, your intent is not to offend people, but to make people laugh. I think that should be able to go, and you should not be able to cancel those kind of shows, because guess what, bitch? All you need to do if you don't like it, press the X at the top right corner, and the problem's gone. Like
but
for some reason,
it's never like that. People are not like that.
now look, people.
I see it all over again. Like somebody hates on someone, on like a YouTuber or like I don't know, anyone, and the YouTuber always says something like, dude, you just don't fucking watch it, and it never happens. Like haters are always there,
Yeah, that that saying, haters gonna hate. Like
yeah,
it's always gonna happen. It's stupid, and I think people are fucking bored. I think people legit don't have anything. Either they're bored as fuck, or they hate themselves, or dislike their own life. Just like
in order to hate.
Yeah.
There's
because
a
like
bunch of I'd say there's like,
because imagine like what kind of place you need to be where you need to be just sitting lunchtime podcast, fuck you, and you're silly dumbass fucking jokes and just like typing on a fucking keyboard, just like sitting there like you don't like the podcast. Go out there, help an old lady go over the street, maybe do something good, like just like imagine like legit how much like you need to legit have way too much free time to do shit like that. Like I would be honestly,
I think I sort of have an idea why it happens. I think it happens because the hater gets
attention.
Maybe that too, but I think like for example we're talking about something, and if that something really touches that hater on a really personal level and sort of like maybe contradicts his beliefs and shit, I think he, not that he wants to like change our opinions like in order to like through hating us, but more so he wants to like reinforce his viewpoints and shit,
Do you?
I think that's what happened.
But like, do you know that like something negative gets more attention than something positive?
Yeah.
Like that thing when like Mark Zuckerberg was in and what is it called? Like basically, you know, like when he was in trouble, like when Facebook was in trouble, when Mark was in trouble, like basically, you know, like they were asking, why does Facebook basically like promote something bad instead of something good? And basically, what he said is that the algorithm learned that because something negative gets much more engagement than something positive. So I imagine like, you know, like being on the internet and seeing, you know, like something doing good, like, you know, like just you know, commenting like, you know, nice video, great job, I enjoyed watching that, you know, maybe someone will like just drop a few likes on that comment. But if you're commenting like, fuck you, you're a piece of shit, stop doing that, delete your channel, like it's gonna just spark up like just there's immediately like you're like
reply a bunch of replies defending the the podcast.
Because like you're basically in the center of attention now.
There's that for sure.
I think that look, there are bad shit and there are some things that you need to stop, but majority of those who like type shit like, you know, like just let's cancel this or this, like either have way too much free time or hate their own life actually. Like I think so. Like
there's different kinds of degrees of like hating, but those just like really nasty ones are the ones I'm almost 100% sure that they have problems with their lives, you know, for sure.
And it's fucking sad because like instead of like, you know, like okay, two choices. You can take out your girlfriend on a date, on a nice dinner, or you can just sit down and watch YouTube videos and like comment some bullshit and just get into arguments with people. Well, yeah, I might be wrong because people like that probably cannot get girlfriends, so my mistake, but
who knows actually, like fucking sometimes girls fall for guys who fucking beat them and shit, or
that's like, look, those chicks probably didn't have an easy childhood too.
I don't know, could be, I'm not sure.
I guess that like women who like getting beat, something happened in the childhood. Like some fucking drunk uncle like maybe stuck his finger where it shouldn't have been, but
well, it's not necessarily that, you know, they like getting beat. I think they're just like can't get out of it somehow, like they're psychologically trapped or scared to leave the guy, or actually the most one scenario is the most highly to be true in my opinion. You know, like a girl gets into a relationship, the guy like abuses her, you know, and I think there's a lot of that, like she just doesn't want to make it public or doesn't want her family to notice it, even though like the family wouldn't judge her, you know, but she feels like I think she feels like ashamed that she's with the guy, like with that type of a guy, like you know, I think there's that.
A few days ago I was watching a video about some rock star and about his childhood, and basically like he was getting beat by his stepfather like so often and so much that he actually like thought this is normal. Like he thought that this is happening to everyone.
Oh.
Like he legit, like he was getting beat and he thought that it was normal.
Yeah, from a young age, I suppose.
Yeah, from young age, like really young. So like, you know, like people who grow up like that, you know, thinking that getting beat is normal, like I guess.
Yeah.
You know, if you're a chick and you grow up in a household like that, and you find a piece of shit who beats her, she again might think that is normal, which is not.
It could be like that as well. You know, back to the point, to the topic of like, you know, bad gets more attention. I've noticed that for sure, like, on a day-to-day life, like for example, even my mother, you know, like I can notice how, like if shit's going fine, well sure she acknowledges it, you know, but that's it, you know.
Yeah.
The good times pass by and even like consecutive, like you could say consecutive good 2 weeks pass by, and then after that maybe a couple bad days or like 3 days or like half a week. Compared to like 2 weeks, it's not that much, but that those couple days usually even make her think that fuck, just the world is fucked. You know, like people tend to like not appreciate the good enough and over inflate the bad.
Yeah. Well, I heard an interesting thing about parenting and what parents do really bad. When let's say a kid comes back from school and shows like, oh look, I got a good grade. Like they usually don't acknowledge it that much and don't say like good job, well done. But when a kid come back home from school with a bad grade, like immediately, oh this is bad, you know, you need to study more, read more books, like shit like that. Like you know, only acknowledge the bad thing. Like
and don't
reward for the good thing.
Oh yeah.
So no reward for good and bad for bad. So like.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like maybe they tell it, you know.
Good job. Now fuck off.
Yeah.
Let me watch football.
But it has to be more. That's for sure.
You know, if you got a kid, he gets an A. You know, buy him a burger, like a cake maybe.
Yeah.
And then gets a bad grade, you know, you like fucking slap him like.
Shit, that's what I was thinking about. Like, just people have kids, and I'm different. Like, I'm thinking, I'm thinking differently. I'm thinking, should I have a kid? Like, are my genes good enough? Am I not fucked up in the head? You know,
dude. I was like thinking about my family not long ago, and I was thinking about my parents. And I was thinking about my genes, and I'm like sitting there thinking, from my mother's side, there comes aggression and anger, and from my father's side, it comes alcoholism. And I'm thinking, like I am doing a good job, with both. Okay, I'm doing well with alcoholism because I've never been drunk. Anger issues is I'm not at a different level, but I'd say I'm doing quite well. And I imagine, what if I just make a child and he gets all of the bad shit. Like I know it's not gonna happen, but I'm thinking, what if he gets like all of the bad genes? Alcoholism, aggression, anger issues, social issues.
Well, I think what I'm not sure if it's true because I haven't looked up any studies myself, but I've heard that genes matter for sure, but
the parenting matters the most.
At least I'm not sure where the fuck I've heard it from. Was it a video? I'm not sure. But yeah, that basically how you raise a kid is not necessarily how you raise the kid, but how it just happens to be for him. For example, because you're not gonna be with him at school.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be with him when he's out with other kids. Maybe he's gonna get tiny bits of trauma just hanging with other kids. Shit like that his surroundings basically. Genes matter, but his surroundings.
I don't know if that's true, but
I'm not sure, but that's an interesting idea.
I don't know if that's true, but somewhere I heard that the first 7 years of a human's life are the most important for development.
Yeah. Shit, I've heard something really interesting about trauma, something from. If you have for example, if you have something very bad to happen when you are very young, it's just way more impactful. And it sticks with you, and later on it's just it's close to impossible to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Because you need to go through a bunch of walls, a bunch of psychological layers. It's buried so deep because it happened when you were really young.
Yeah, you need to go to fucking South America and smoke ayahuasca to open the floodgates.
Yeah, well, I think fucking psychedelics have actually. I think they have power to get to the root,
Yeah.
but it's risky because it can bring up shit you're not gonna be able to face. That's the problem. And you know, people have certain like what's the word? Intentions when they go into a serious trip. Like for example, I want knowledge or I want peace of mind and shit. And one dude said something really interesting. Well, be aware of the price for knowledge or for what you wish for. Be careful for what you wish for.
Yeah.
Because for example, you're gonna go into that trip and you know, before going into it, you're thinking, I want to get knowledge, but you don't think about the cost. Maybe that knowledge comes with understanding the pain as well, and the trip might be really fucking scary and shit like that. You know, in order to like, in order to like give you knowledge. So it's interesting.
Well, yeah, that's actually an interesting thing about knowledge is that, you know, when you're like stupid, let's say you're like a child, not saying children are stupid, but let's say you're a child, you don't know that much about life, so you don't know about poverty, about hunger, about wars, about shit like that. When you're smart, when you're educated, when you read books and watch news, like you see all of the fucked up shit in the world. So like,
it's like a price to pay.
Yeah, so like you're smart, you're knowledgeable, but it might make you sad.
True.
Knowing what kind of fucked up shit is going on in the world.
And honestly, a lot of clever people have troubles with like happiness and shit. I'm not talking about like regular cleverness. I'm talking about like
Elon Musk.
Yeah, you know, exceptional kind of like cleverness. I think it's just something is not like. Maybe they're not balanced, maybe they're too clever, maybe they're not, the emotional aspect of things are not well polished, you know.
Yeah.
Something is off when people are just fucking crazy. Yeah. Not crazy, I mean fucking smart as fuck, but you could say crazy. Yeah.
Well, anything else?
You wanna wrap this up?
If you want to keep going, we can keep going. Like I should have been in some place half an hour ago, so it's fucked. So who cares?
You had to.
Yeah, I had to be in my grandma's house half an hour ago, more than half an hour ago. But I guess that's wrapped up. So we can keep going.
Was it because I was late? You miss sort of.
If you weren't late and we started immediately and we did our average, then I would have been late. But you know, I missed some. I will probably just miss some. You know, like for people you don't know, but there's basically a Lithuanian dish called kugelis.
Oh. Okay.
Which is basically potato pie.
A lot of potato based for sure.
Yeah, it's like basically just potatoes, and usually like my grandma puts either like some chicken, some pork in it. And just, you know, you just throw it into what is it called?
Oven, I think?
No, I mean, to fucking make it into, you know, the texture that is like, fucking...
That metally form?
No, not metally form, I mean, you know, well, you need to like, fucking like make out of like a solid potato, make into a like, you know, throw it into like, basically make like a jelly from a potato.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
So you,
I know what you're talking about.
So you'll throw it into that, you throw it into something to get rid of all of the liquids, and then you like basically just put some meat in it, some pepper, some salt, throw it in the oven for like 90 minutes, and you have a famous Lithuanian dish called kugelis.
Yeah.
So I'll probably miss that.
Well, maybe she'll still have it.
Probably, but you know, like microwaved kugelis is not as good as fresh kugelis.
Well, yeah. Well, everything is actually not. Maybe it's only like that with me, but I've found that cepelinai, another Lithuanian dish, I find them more tasteful the other day.
Oh, well.
Well, not exactly like. they were what's the word? Not like fried. They're
Yeah.
what's the word, like cooked?
Yeah, let's say cooked.
Yeah, they're
In boiling water.
yeah, they're boiled, and the next day I do this technique of like cutting it in some, like you would cut a cucumber, you know, and frying it,
Yeah.
and it's more tasteful for me.
I remember.
When it's fried, maybe I could do it the same day, like cook it. I mean, like boil it and then cook it.
Well,
I mean, fry it.
well, whenever I'm making chicken, I usually eat it with pasta, and I boil pasta, and then I cut up the vegetables, and then I throw the pasta and vegetables in the same oil that I was cooking the chicken in for a few minutes.
Oh.
I usually do
okay.
that, but I remember a few years ago when Comic-Con Baltics was going on, Stephen Ogg was in Lithuania.
Oh,
He voiced Trevor from GTA 5, and he was in The Walking Dead. He was Simon, I think.
Yeah, he's pretty knowable.
Yeah. So I was watching the interview, and you know the guys, the interviewer and Steven, they ate cepelini the previous day, and Steven said, you know, when it comes to food, I'm pretty adventurous, but I'm not that adventurous. Like, he found that cepelini almost disgusting.
Like, did he eat it or?
Yeah, he ate it.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they went to a restaurant, like, I don't know.
Or maybe it just looked bad to him.
I think they ate it.
Oh, fuck, it's interesting, but like, it's not
I
that
think
bad.
it's not, well...
Well, for me, well...
It depends on, I think, what you grow up eating, and if you like, because like, for example, dude, I have no idea how to call it in English, but my father would eat it often, my mom sometimes eat it, don't know how to call it in English. In Lithuanian it's šaltiena.
I don't like that shit.
And it's like basically meat jelly.
Oh yeah,
And I found the texture disgusting, the smell disgusting. I don't even want to look at
like
someone who's eating it.
The idea of it, like meat in a jelly, what the fuck?
Look, seriously,
but some people find it really tasteful.
Yeah,
so.
I don't even want to see anyone eating it. Like, even
I
the
know.
smell repels me.
I know that feeling. I'm kind of same.
Like, fuck that.
I can see people eating it, but I don't want to eat it myself.
If I'm sitting in a table eating, I don't want someone in the same table eating that. Because like even the smell, that's the good thing that I basically don't have a sense of smell because of like shit like that. Like all of them. Because like honestly, I am sensitive to smell. Like it might make me gag. Like smells like might make me gag.
I think we underestimate how much smell impacts us, because we're mainly focused, you could say, on like the visual aspect, what you're hearing, but I think smell has way more power to us than we give it.
Yeah, I remember.
Like shit, like just maybe even sleep quality, like. Is your room full of clear air, when you're breathing? Or there's like certain, you could say cozy smells, like for example coffee has that sort of a cozy-ish smell, and it can give you like psychologically, like even from smelling it, from like holding the cup, you could feel like just happy, especially if it's winter or Christmas and shit, you're snuggled up in a bed.
I remember I was like talking to my mom, like saying like, if I bring a chick home, like before that, like my mom will need to come into my room and tell me if anything stinks, because like I legit I have like such a poor sense of smell that I could probably like bring a chick home into my room and there's like fucking a week-old socks in a corner. I would not notice them, and the whole room would be like smelling and shit. Like I have like no idea that it's there, that it smells.
Yeah. Yeah, that's shit. I've had multiple fucking occasions with girls when I really wanted to fucking fart, dude, and I needed I played it out very smartly, because one was really risky. So imagine I was sitting and sitting felt more risky. Like I couldn't sort of like hold it down as well while sitting, so I sort of like stood up for no reason. And she was like, like why the fuck did you stood up, And I figured out like why. Like, somehow I managed to lie good enough. But yeah, the point, what I was trying to do is just to not fart my fucking ass off because it would have been like shit. Like later on, it's fine, I guess, but you don't want that shit in the beginning for sure.
Could you somehow like secretly just like while sitting like try to like spread your cheeks that like your ass would spread
and you would
that
like
you
let it
wouldn't
out?
that you wouldn't make a sound?
I'm not sure if that would like.
I've done that, but I was like laying on my back and I spread my cheeks.
But does that work?
Yeah.
Like legit work? Like
Yeah.
Like if you weren't spreading your cheeks, it would have
Yeah.
made a sound?
Yeah, like if you don't spread your cheeks like
Yeah.
and if you spread your cheeks it's like like that, like legit. Like so yeah, like I like could you like you lean on the one side and like start pulling your like ass and try to like
Well, maybe it's possible, but
Risky.
but you're gonna have to worry about smell.
yeah. But like
Well, depends where you are. If you're like near other people or outside somewhere, maybe you can blame it on something.
Dude, I
But
don't
if you're in a room, you're.
I think I actually said the story on a previous podcast, but I think I'm gonna repeat myself because it sounds like so funny right now. When I think I read that on Reddit where there was someone in the class who wanted really bad to fart and decided that he's gonna drop the books on the floor and just fart at the same time, so nobody would hear it. And basically, what happened? He threw the books on the ground. Everyone looked at him, and then he farted. So like, that's like
the worst.
worst fucking possible outcome.
That's the fucking worst. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just tough. Alright, we reached 2 hours, so I
2
guess-
hours?
Yeah,
Holy shit.
yeah, I think that should be enough for now.
Yeah, we can finish off on farts, I suppose.
Yeah. So yeah,
Have the best farts.
yeah.
Those satisfying ones.
I might myself. Alright, so basically that's it for today's episode of the Lunchtime Podcast. Thank you for watching. All of the links to our socials are in the description below. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you. Wait, so the next episode is not gonna be the 1 year anniversary. The one after that is gonna be. Okay, so we're gonna see you in the 25th, the normal bit, probably the normal episode of the Lunchtime Podcast. So yeah, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Peace.